Have you ever had someone steal your brand or copy it? I have. And this is why we're still on the topic of branding in the 90-Day Journal for Creatives and Lifestyle Entrepreneurs. If you've been following the playlist on the 90-Day course on the profile, you know that we've been going through a series and we have almost about 60 days left in this 90-Day Journal, and we are taking it to the next level. Well, story time here. Back in the 2000s, early 2000s, I used to have a private room salon suite in this beautiful salon, and they had a whole bunch of children from a foster home come and get their hair done. And we were only supposed to have like 3 or 4 kids each. I ended up having like 15 and working dang near the whole night because all the kids loved me. They loved my energy. I loved them, and they just warmed my heart. And so what I started doing was going to their actual foster home and volunteering to do their hair on a regular basis, because a lot of the children were black and biracial, and they would have a mom and a dad and then 10 kids to a home. And a lot of the kids' hair, had alopecia, had scalp burns, were short, broken off, all this. It was mortifying because they were, putting super relaxers on their hair. There wasn't any education back then about how to do their hair. So that inspired me to, teach them how to do their hair and wean them off the relaxers and get different beauty spies to give me samples to give them samples so that they could learn about their hair and different hair care. And it also inspired me to create an instructional hair care video called Simple Steps and Hairstyles for Multi-Ethnic Children. And back then, multi-ethnic was a word because mixed was like controversial, I guess you could say. And then biracial wasn't even a word yet. They hadn't even came up with the word biracial. And we didn't have social media. I think I was one of the first hair care instructional video that taught people how to do our hair, natural hair. And on the end of every video, I would say, love your hair. And so that became my tagline in all of my, materials and the videos I started making at the time, as well as my marketing materials, my website, everything. And that phrase made me a lot of money. Part 2, why brand protection is more than just a trademark. And then when I moved, I couldn't focus on the video anymore because my kids were graduating from high school, and then they were going off to college. Some were going off to college, trade school, and I had some financial. It was just a lot going on. I had a corporation at the time that I was dissolving, and then I was a part of the SBA, and I was having business counseling there, where at the time back then they were only pushing you to have a business plan. They just left it at surface level branding. I didn't understand the scope of what that meant and how to protect my intellectual property, even though I did copyright the video, the instructions on how to do it, and love your hair as part of that copyright. Years later, I saw people using the love your hair statement and a lot of things, and how big it became because I didn't know and understand my unique value proposition in this arena of content creation, of being a creative, of being an entrepreneur. I didn't understand. And so that taught me a valuable lesson. This is why when people be telling you, just put the brand out there, just start the business and just put it out there, those are the ones who's probably stealing your stuff. Gatekeep your brand's identity without shutting out your intended audience. It's all about ensuring your brand messages, the visuals, and the values are consistent, authentic, and protected. And here are some ways to do so. You got to control your own narrative. Be proactive about telling your story and stay true to your audience. Gatekeeping means protecting the experience and the community that you've built. Be selective about your partnerships. Choose brands and collabs with people that align with your identity. Protect your visuals and messaging. Trademark everything. Copyright and even common law trademarks can give you some protection. create your brand guidelines, and monitor brand misuse. You can also pause and read the rest of this. Like I said, I can't cover everything in this 90-day journal. I appreciate all the people who did buy the journal, though. A lot of you guys have it. Thank you so much. And let's get this thing rolling. Let's keep it rolling because we about to do this.